Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Thfc Till I Die, Elly Ladies Breakfast Show. A little bit of housekeeping first of all. We've got like and subscribe buttons that you can hit. Please hit them early, or, if you're coming in later, please make sure that you hit the like and subscribe buttons. And also we have our Patreon membership too, cheap as chips. If you become a member, you get all sorts of goodies and privileges on our channel. But first of all, let me do some really exciting news for Spurs on the men's side. Right, our breaking news, I'll bring it up now. Right, so Tottenham are set to submit official bid worth €19 million for Guglielmo. Sorry if I butchered that name, the Italians, Vicario. Negotiations with Empoli entering into the final stages now. And, sorry about that. Right, and we're just in the final stages. So basically, we'll probably get it over the line. And hopefully everything will go through in the next few hours, I believe. So let's see how that one pans out. We're hoping we get, because we need a goalkeeper 100%. If this David Raya thing doesn't work out, because they're not budging on the 40 million asking price at Brentford. So yeah, but enough of the men. Let's get straight to the women, because that's what I'm all about. As an ex-Spurs lady, you know me, I'm Queen Elly Højbjerg. But on the ladies' side, I'm Queen Elly Neville, because Ash Neville is my favourite player at Spurs. Even though Beth England came to us from Chelsea, she's still my favourite. So what I want to do is touch on, first of all, is how England got to the World Cup finals. Right, so basically, England started off really well in their group. They did two massive wins against Macedonia and Luxembourg, winning both games 10-0. I mean, that is impressive. In any sport, if you score 3 or 4 goals, it's brilliant. But when you score 10, it's absolutely brilliant. And in their group, they had some tough countries. We had Austria, Northern Ireland, Luxembourg, North Macedonia and Latvia. Obviously, Austria being the most strongest out of those, even though Northern Ireland did battle hard to make that final cut, they just didn't quite make it, because the group panned out like this. When we had 10 games were played, England won all 10, drawing none, losing none, obviously, and a goal difference of a massive +80. Do you believe that, guys and girls? +80. And even Austria, they won 7, drew 1 and lost 2. And they had a massive goal difference of +43. Even Man City, the great Manchester City, that just done the treble, would be proud of those totals. So now what I want to do is touch on England's World Cup squad now. Now, England's World Cup squad was announced just recently, 23 women's squad consisting of 3 goalkeepers, 7 defenders, 6 midfielders and 7 forward players. And 3 players, unfortunately, it's so sad that 3 of our best players as well, I would say, in Beth Mead, who got MBE in the recent honour awards as well. And then we had Fran Kirby and Leah Williamson. Leah Williamson especially, because she's a fantastic forward, and she plays for the Arsenal, which I don't like to mention on this channel, as you know, because I'm a Spurs fan. But those 3 players, they're integral parts of our squad, and they do make the first 11 if they're fit. So it's a big loss to England, but good for our Beth England, because she got called up by Sarina Wiegman. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to watching her play, and I hope she makes the starting 11. I can't see why she wouldn't, in my book, because she scored 12 goals in 12 games for us at the Spurs. We signed her from Chelsea in a record-breaking £250,000 deal, all told, you know. But you know what? In ladies football, you've got to take your chances, right? So if you're called up for England, you bust your gut to get into that first 11, you know, and you're going to be impressing in training, and you're going to be trying to impress in friendly games that are coming up for England as well. They haven't actually been announced yet, so I'm looking out for that, because I know I was speaking to Philip before the stream started, and he said that the Republic of Ireland have got one lined up with Haiti, I think it was. That, if I'm correct, Philip. Right. So anyway, moving on. Where we qualified for the World Cup, then Sarina Wiegman needs a very special mention, because Sarina Wiegman, our manager, she's got a fantastic CV. She came to us with great pedigree, and she's also CBE. She's been honoured by the Queen. You know, before she passed away, she was honoured, and she's only 53 years old. As a player, she was a central midfielder, stroke defender later on in her career, and she led the Netherlands in the 2017 to win the UEFA Women's Championship. Now, that's no mean feat, because there's many teams in Europe that are absolutely fantastic, and to win that is like incredible, you know, with a Dutch side that are really, really strong. But she took them to another level, and she got them to win a major tournament, which is fantastic. Because I don't know if you guys know, but in the world football, USA have been quite dominant. So in Europe, probably Spain and England, and Germany, obviously, but Germany have like dropped down a peg since the Lionesses beat them in the European Championships in 2022 last year. But you know, she's fantastic. If I can read a little bit about Sarina Wiegman, just bear with me while I get her information up. So she started off her career with a team called GSC, which is in Holland, and then she moved on to HSV. Sounds a bit like a car, right? And then she went to KFC. So obviously finger looking good, you know. And they were called KFC 71. They were formed in 87 and 1988, so not that long ago. But then she moved to America. She went to North Carolina Tar Heels, where she played 24 games and scored 4 goals. Then she went back to tier leader, and then she was picked for Netherlands. She played 99 times, scoring 3 goals. So she wasn't an attacker. She was more of a midfielder defender. So she did create a lot of goals. That's one thing for sure. And then the managerial career started in the year 2006-2007, where she led tier leader to a league championship. She went on to 2007-2014 at ADO Den Haag, a bit like Ten Hag. And then she got made manager. She got made assistant manager at Netherlands 2014 to 2017, and she became the interim manager in 2015, and then she moved back to club football, would you believe? She went to Jong Sparta Rotterdam, and she was the assistant there. That was 2016, and then 2016-17 she became Holland, or Netherlands, if you like to call them that, interim, and then the full manager from 2017 to 2021, where she made the final in 2019. She made the final of the World Cup, and she finished runner-up. Unfortunately, she came across a very, very strong French team and lost 2-0 in the final. But she came with great pedigree, you know, and she's led us to win the European Championships last year. And what a momentous feeling that was for the whole country. Everybody was getting behind those Lionesses. men, children, ladies, girls, boys, everybody was there in a packed Wembley, I must say. And it was such a great feeling to see those girls and seeing Chloe Kelly, who plays for my husband's team, QPR, taking off her top and spinning it around. You know, that was such a brilliant feeling for the whole country. And do you know what? In England's football has come on so much leap and bounds in the last 5 years, even, since Sarina Wiegman taken over as well. She's made us play with a lot more authority. The continuity of our play is fabulous as well. And we just look like a fantastic outfit. And I'm really, really optimistic about this World Cup coming up. And it starts on the 20th of July, everybody. The first game kicks off Thursday, 20th of July, and it'll be held in New Zealand and Australia, a double whammy there. So the New Zealand people and the Australian people will be really excited. And there's thousands of fans going to be attending. And you know what? I must give a special mention to the Irish, because I've done a programme on Republic of Ireland already, but they've made their first World Cup finals. My hat goes off to them, because from their grassroots football is really underfunded. And the men were talking about their men's football on our show just recently, and they were saying how underfunded the game is in general, whereas the women, they just get a sliver slice of that budget. So we got to put that right. But the Irish ladies, well done, and I'll be rooting for you as well. My heart, like Dermot says, I've got dual nationalities all around the world. I'm Greek, English, Irish, Italian. I have got some Italian blood in me, 17%, according to my DNA, I must add. I don't know if I've got any Irish, because it says other 2%. So that might be a bit of Irish, Anyway, regardless, I'm going to be backing the Irish girls as well. Now, let's get to the World Cup itself, right? So in the World Cup itself, we've got 8 groups in total, consisting of 4 countries in each group, right? So it's groups A to H. And in the first group, we have New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, and Switzerland. What I'll talk later who I think will qualify out of that group and all the other groups. So Group B consists of Australia, Republic of Ireland, come on, Nigeria, and Canada. Right, so Canada for Bobby K. If you're watching, Bobby, I'll be rooting for you as well. That's another dual nationality I've got. And then in Group C, we have Spain, Costa Rica, Zambia, and Japan. Japanese team making it there. Right, and then we've got, in Group D, we've got England. Come on, England. Woo! Haiti, Denmark. I have to support Denmark for my Højbjerg as well. You know me, I'm Elly Højbjerg, so I'll be rooting for them. So I've got a lot of choices, haven't I? I'm about to get one winner out of all these. And then you've got China, who are a very strong team, by the way. Very, very strong. Then the next group is, just bear with me, Group E. Group E, we have USA, back-to-back World Cup winners, so we have to take them off their perch. Come on. Or any team who takes off USA off their perch is good by me. Then Vietnam, the Netherlands, and Portugal. Now, Netherlands won the World Cup as well, so, sorry, they've won the World Cup way back, though, not just recently. Then we've got hold on just one second, Group F, we have France, Jamaica. Now, I come from Tottenham, right? And Jamaican people, they fed me. So I'm going to be backing them as well. I had everything Jamaican, curry goat, plantain, rice and peas. The Jamaicans are good in my heart, so I'll be supporting them as well. Don't you worry. Then we have Brazil, who are always fantastic, whatever sport they do, and Panama. right? And then the last group, the penultimate group, Sweden, South Africa, Italy, and Argentina. That is a very strong group. That's going to be, I can't call that one. It'll have to be a guess, right? And then the last group, we have Germany, Morocco, Colombia, and the Korea Republic. Now, because of Sonny, obviously, I'm going to have a little soft spot for Korea Republic. And Morocco, we have our lady player in Rosella Ayan. So I'll be looking out for them as well. So that's the end of that. So now we onto the World Cup itself, right? So now England's FIFA World Cup squad has been announced. There's 23, it's a 23-woman squad consisting of 3 goalkeepers, 7 defenders, 6 midfielders and 7 forward players. Right, so I've got the list here. Sorry, I couldn't type it all in. There's too many to type in. But the goalkeepers are Mary Earps of Man United. She's the star goalkeeper. She's first choice. Followed by Elly Roback of Man City. She's 23 years old only, so very young goalkeeper. And then an even younger goalkeeper in Hannah Hampton, who's the third choice goalie. And she plays for Aston Villa. And she's had a fantastic season for Aston Villa. They finished 5th. So, you know, she's done so well. And then the defenders, we've got Millie Brights, who's 29. She's our captain of Chelsea. Then you've got Lucy Bronze. She just recently moved to Barcelona and they won the Champions League. So she's fantastic. And she's MBE as well. She was honoured. Lucy Bronze, defender, also an MBE. She plays for Man City. Who else we got? Sorry, I've got that wrong. She plays for Barcelona. Jess Carter, 25. She plays for Chelsea. And she won 3 consecutive double winning WSL trophies. So, you know, she's fantastic. She comes from good pedigree. And then we have Lottie Woober-Moy of Arsenal. She's only 24. Alex Greenwood, she's a defender, Man City. Neem Charles, defender, Chelsea. Esme Morgan, defender, Man City. And she's a lifelong City fan, I must add. Then we have Jordan Nobbs. She's 30, getting to the end of her career, really. But she plays for Aston Villa, very good player. And she was at Arsenal. She just recently transferred to Aston Villa in January, made a good impression up there. Kira Walsh of Barcelona, she's a midfielder, fantastic player. She moved from Man City to Wolfsburg, and now she plays for Barcelona. Now, Ella Toone, as you know, everybody knows Ella Toone. She plays for Man United. She's one of the biggest highlighted players, I would say, in the English team, because she's very personable. She's got her own Instagram, Twitter. You can find her over at Twitter. She's really, really a good spokeswoman for the women's game as well. Then in midfield as well, we've got Georgia Stanway, who plays for Bayern Munich. Fantastic. I think she's our only English player who plays in the German league, I believe. Laura Coombs, 32, Man City midfielder. And then we have a new, sort of relatively new to the team, Katie Zeller, Man United. She's only 27. And then we have Reece James's sister, Lauren James. And I was reading up that they're the only brother and sister that have played internationally for England, or I think any international team, I think that was. So that's fantastic. And she's a great player. She's just as good as her brother, I would say. And then up front, which is the main where it's all going to happen mainly, is Rachel Daly. She had a fantastic season for Aston Villa. Brilliant player. Scored 2 goals against us, unfortunately, when we played them and they beat us 3-2. She's 31, so she's coming to the twilight years of her career, but she's super fit. So she keeps herself in good nick, that girl. Lauren Hemp. Now, Lauren Hemp, fantastic player as well. I saw her live when Man City played Spurs Ladies at Brisbane Road. She scored the most brilliant goal. Absolutely stunning. Very tricky player. very strong as well. Her physique, you know, she's so powerful. And I think she's going to be the first choice up front. It's going to be her and probably Beth England, but I'll come to that. Probably Chloe Kelly as well. You know, it's going to be a tussle. Chloe Kelly comes in for Man City. She's only 25, you know, still hitting her peak as a player as well, which is good for England. Then we've got Alicia Russo, who's another very highlighted player, very pretty girl as well. So she stands out, you know, 24, plays for Manchester United. Then Katie Robinson, forward for Brighton. Now, she's the only Brighton player that's made it, which is really good because they didn't have a particularly good season. It was up and down. We beat them 8-0 at Spurs Ladies early doors. So it was really up and down. But I'm really proud of her because, like Brighton men, they've had a fantastic season. Brighton women, so-so season, up and down. But, you know, to make the England squad from a Brighton team, that's fantastic. And then we have our very own Beth England, 28, in the peak of her career, scored 12 in 12 for us when we signed her from Chelsea. And what a fantastic signing that was for us, our Spurs ladies. Brilliant. I just feel with Beth England as well, she's not just a good striker, she's fantastic at link-up play and she's very strong. She's probably the most powerful English player out of all the positions because she's so, and she's very tenacious, but she's so powerful. The way she receives the ball, she reminds me a bit like Mark Hughes of Manchester United when he used to play for Man United, right? But because when she receives the ball with her back to the goal, she's absolutely fabulous. She can turn on the sixpence and she's off and she's got a turn of pace, which is absolutely second to none, you know, and her shooting is absolutely on point. If you watch her goals, I urge you guys and girls to go out to YouTube after the show finishes, or even now, just see her goals. They're absolutely brilliant, especially the one against Manchester United. And I had the pleasure of being behind the goal for that goal. And I'm telling you, it was such a brilliant goal. She took it from the free kick, span on the sixpence, ran down the wing, cut inside, and put a beautiful hard shot and curled it right into the bottom corner. It was absolutely brilliant, honestly. Right, so enough. Well, not enough of Beth England, but I want to talk about who I feel. Actually, I'll go to the chat because we've got 17 people in the chat, right? So we got morning Mia. Mia's saying morning chat. Yep, true. And then we've got John Fitzpatrick, Levy. Oops. Where did that go? Levy is driving this club off a cliff. The way we are acting next season will be no room for that. Sorry, I'm not going to discuss Levy in this stream. This is a Levy free stream, right? Because this is all about the women now. We've got Kate Bossell. Morning, Kate. Lovely to see you. Morning, Ellie and Mia. Lovely to see you. Kate Boxall. Morning, Carl. Having a little chat. Kate Boxall. Morning, Column. Lovely to see you all getting on. Morning, Ellie, just popped in to say hi. Morning to you. I see you've given a kiss to me or your wife. You never know. It might be my lucky day. Right, so Jimi Hendrix. I love that name. What a great guitarist, eh? Hope Vicaro turns victorious for us. Yeah, so do I. I touched on it earlier, but this is a woman's stream, so I'm not going to talk men. Sorry. It's all women. Right. Morning, Ellie. Hope you and all in the chat are very well. Thank you very much. Born to Lose 73. Lovely picture there. I love that picture of Postecoglou. Morning, people. Just saying hi. Have a great day. Chris, lovely to see you in the chat. Mia, hey, Kate Boxall. Lovely. And then we've got Jim Boxall saying morning, Mia. Lovely. So we come to the end of that part of the chat. So what I wanted to do is go back to the groups and who I think will qualify from each group. So let me just get all the groups up. So we got here, go back, the first group, here we go. So And also tell me in the chat who you think is going to go through, even if you don't know about the teams, just hazard a guess who you think will go through. So I think in this group, it's going to be a tough one, but I think New Zealand will qualify because they've got home territory. I think New Zealand and I think Switzerland, right? Not basing it on too much knowledge, but because I don't know too much about the Swiss team, but I've been watching the New Zealand team since they're the host. I've been watching some of their games leading up to the World Cup, and they've got some decent players, a very strong team as well. So Norway will give a good account of themselves as well, but I think Switzerland are slightly stronger. I saw a couple of their games, but I only saw highlights just for a little bit of research for this stream. So yeah, so let me know in the chat who you feel is going to go through as well, right? And Group B, right, now this is a hard one because my heart wants Republic of Ireland to go through, and they have got really good players in Katie McCabe especially. I love her. She's a fantastic player. Unfortunately she plays for the the Woolwich, but that's sometimes you have to do what's best for your career. And Arsenal are Woolwich Arsenal, they're pretty good, but they didn't win anything for 2 seasons now. Well, no, they won the FA Cup, but for 2 seasons, that was 3 seasons ago, they haven't won anything. So long may that continue. Come on. And I want Spurs ladies to come good as well. But in this group, I think I'm going to go for Australia and Republic of Ireland. Sorry, Bobby, but I want Republic of Ireland to go through, right? Because of Dermot and Philip as well, because I've got my allegiances with my top Thfc till I die Irishmen. And also I've got a soft spot for Republic of Ireland, and they gave us Robbie Keane with the men's team as well, and many other Irish players, but Robbie Keane is my favourite. I loved him. What a player. What a player. Right, now we've got Group C, Spain, Costa Rica, Zambia and Japan. Right, I'm going to put all my cards on Spain and Japan qualifying for this one. I've watched a lot of Spain's pre-games. I've watched a lot of Japan. Absolutely fabulous. I've seen a little bit of Zambia and Costa Rica. Nothing really stuck out for me. Japan, their technical team, very good team. Just like the men's team that have come up. These women, Japanese players, they're fabulous as well. And Spain, they've always had a good footballing heritage, haven't they? So, yeah, I just feel that Spain and Japan are going to go through on that one. Let me know what you think as well, guys. Right, now, what do I say? It's got to be England, isn't it? You can't go far wrong with England because, I mean, they're European champions. They're favourites, one of the favourites to win the tournament. They are up there. They've been touted as, the team to watch. So, and I'll be watching them closely, obviously. We're going to be covering it on Thfc till I die, the Women's World Cup. Remember, it starts very soon, 20th of July. So get your research in. Or come to me. I'll be posting stuff on Twitter, on my Twitter account, Thfc till I die at Elly Hoybier. If you want to find me, I'll be posting it there. And I also post loads of stuff on the Irish Hotspur and all the other main groups like Shawnee's Spurs Talk Show. I post it on Sava's charity stream. I post it everywhere, really. So just to give you a really good background of what's happening in the women's game as well as Spurs ladies. Because as a former player, I've got my heart with the Spurs ladies and I would support them anyway. So I reckon it's going to be between Denmark and China. I can't see Haiti doing much there. At least they've made the World Cup final, so they've done the first bit. But I just see China and England going through. Maybe Denmark. I don't know. It's a toss between Denmark and China. I can't call that one. I just can't call it because they're similar countries, and Denmark are a very good footballing nation as well. So now we have USA, who are the actual favourites. They're the strong favourites still because back-to-back World Cup wins you'd make them favourites, wouldn't you? And then you've got Vietnam, the Netherlands and Portugal. Now, this is a hard one. Right, so Vietnam, I don't know much about, I must admit, but I know a lot about the Netherlands and I know a lot about Portugal, and both very technical teams, beautiful football they play, score a lot of goals as well. I think I'm going to go for USA and Netherlands. Yeah, USA and Netherlands, 100%. I'm not going to differ on that one. Right, so now we have Group F, which is France, Jamaica, Brazil and Panama. Well, this one's hard as well, because I would say France and Brazil because of their football heritage and football pedigree. But Jamaica, I've been watching them. They've got a very good team. Panama, I don't really know much about, so I'll catch up on them. But Jamaica, they've got a very good team as well. And they had a very good World Cup qualifying for the championship. So my heart says Jamaica, but my head says Brazil. So I'm going to go Brazil and France in that one. Right, and then the penultimate group, Sweden, South Africa, Italy and Argentina. Right, so this is another tough one. I think, bearing in mind that the men won the World Cup, Argentina, and that country is on a high. So I'm going to put my hat on Argentina, even though I think Italy are a slightly better team. All round, they've got a really good squad as well. I think Sweden and Argentina. Sweden, they've always done well in World Cups. Even in the men's game, they do pretty good. So I'm going Argentina and Sweden. And also for our Aussie and our Ricky. Come on, Argentina. And Romero. Don't forget Romero, or Mira cut me off. Right, and then the last group, where are we? Group H. Where did it go? I can't find it now. Group H, where are we? Right, I can't find Group H for some reason, but I will find it. Group G. Don't know where it went. Oh, well, here we go. Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, well, I'll move on. But the main thing is all the teams who are competing, they're all going to go for it, because this World Cup is going to be so exciting in Australia and New Zealand. It kicks off on the 20th of July that I've already mentioned. The first game, New Zealand versus Norway. And every team is going to go there with heart and spirit, but the more technical teams and the more teams with more pedigree, like USA, England, Spain, Sweden, Australia, Brazil, they're the teams that are probably going to make the last echelons of the tournament. So I'm just hoping that England do as well like they did in the Euros, and really play like they did in the Euros as well, because I don't know if you guys watched the tournament, but it was fabulous from start to finish. There was masses of goals going in as well, big score lines, which is always good to see. But some people say, oh, it's because the women's game is lesser. That's why there's more. I don't agree with that. I think the strikers are really good, and they've got really good creative players. So when the women's game, right, they play 90 minutes like the men as well, and they're super fit. The fitness levels in the women's game is absolutely brilliant now, and the diets and the nutrition and everything to do with the women's game is going in the right direction. Where I think it might fall short is the grassroots in lots of different countries, not just England. So the main country which is really what I've read is really strong on grassroots is Australia. Would you believe? Australian grassroots football for girls, is absolutely brilliant. And I was speaking to an Australian girl who does YouTube as well, Early Doors, and she was talking bigging it up how fabulous it is, and compared now she's come to England to live, compared to what she's seen in England. And I do agree with her, because I was training. I was a coach at a football club in England, Grassroots football club, not too long ago, actually, just not even a couple of years ago, 18 months ago. And there was only one girl. And before I broke my toe, unfortunately, I broke my toe, I had to give it up, because it took 8-9 weeks for it to repair, and then I wasn't right. I couldn't really stand, and my foot was really bad, so I couldn't really continue. But because when you're a coach, you've got to give your all, and I just feel that I couldn't give my all. And also I had other commitments family wise, so it was a sad time for me at that time. But you know what, but that one girl who was playing, I really did encourage her, not more than the boys, but I encouraged her in a slightly different way, because she was the only girl, and she came over to me actually, and she felt a little bit lost at first. And I said, look, you're here by merit. They've chosen you because you're a star player, and they've spotted you and brought you to the club. So be proud of yourself. Put your chest out. Go out there and compete with the boys. Because at the end of the day, if you're playing any football, girls mixed or just boys and girls, or just boys, and you're the only girl in the team, you can still make an impression, and that girl she was a really strong girl as well. I felt for her in a way at first, but then she came into her own and she started making an impression, which was really good. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Right, now I'm going to get back to the chat. Right, so here we go. What other chat have we got in here? Here we go. Where were we? Right, so yeah, we got Born to Lose 73 saying Sweden will be a tough opponent for anyone. They've always been good whenever I've seen them. That is true. They're really strong. They're a really strong team, and they play with great style as well. And they move the ball very quickly, which Ange Postecoglou is a fan of. So, Sweden, they've got good pedigree as well in World Cups. Then we've got Mia saying, England, yes, well done, Mia. Well done, Mia. Yeah, and see, Greece didn't qualify, so we can't even support the Greeks, can we, Mia? Come on, you Lionesses, yes. You know what? I'll be cheering them on so loudly. I'm going to get a sore throat. I know I am. And when we cover it on Thfc Till I Die, I urge you all to join us. Me and Dermot, Mia, Philip, we'll all be doing it. And you know what? A lot of the shows are going to be early doors, early hours of the morning. I think 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Yeah, so we got Mia also, Born to Lose 73. I'm so proud of them winning the Euros, and I hope they can carry on. We have some brilliant players in our team. Yes, we have, Mia, some brilliant players. I mean, Beth England, I like to say that I just want her to start. I want her to start. I don't want her to come off the bench. I want her to be a first teamer because she plays for the Spurs as well. So I'm a bit biased. And we got the Schultz Hub saying, hello, good morning. And Mia again saying, 100% we need to do better with getting girls into football at grassroots levels. Very true, Mia. Very, very true. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise. Let me just scroll back just in case. Yeah, there we go. We've got Jim. We are, thank you, Mia. All good here. Yep. And then we have morning, Jim. Hope you and Kate are both well. And smash the like button. That's it. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. And also, I must mention before I forget, we've got a quiz going on. It's for the Emerson Royal shirt, signed shirt. And the question is, everybody, that you can get your £2 super chats in. And the question is, who scored the equalising goal at White Hart Lane in the 1983-84 UEFA Cup final? There you go. So get your super chats in. Hopefully you can help us out. And obviously to win a Emerson Royal shirt, and he's come a long way since his barracking days by a lot of our fans. You know, he's won us all over in regards to, you know, what he's done to help himself, spending all that money on you know, getting better and improving himself, and listening as well. Because, you know, in football, if you listen to your coaches, right, and you listen to other players and you watch other players play, what they do good, and you learn, right, you can always improve your game. It's not just about improving your technical side, it's your mentality, your heart when you go on the pitch, your focus. You know, you could be the best player in the world, and we've seen it in the men's game with Ndombele. You can be a fantastic footballer, but if your application and your focus is not right, it's no good. You know, you're just a passenger in the team, because you can offer a little bit, but when you're flagging and you let your teammates down, then, you know, you're not good. You're no use to anybody, because you can't have 10 minutes good and then not 80 minutes of bad. You know, you have to be consistent in football. And if you learn from training, from matches, watching other players who are really good, you know, you just improve your game altogether. Yeah. So the last topic I want to pick up on is a really serious one as well. It's basically ACL injuries in the women's game. Right, I'll just bring up the banner. Here we go. Is that it? Yes. Right. So the ACL injuries, I was reading up that it's 6 times more likely that a woman's sports lady in any sport, across the board, they will suffer ACL injury 6 times more likely than the fella. You know, so that's quite damning news, really. You know, as a player myself, I suffered 2 broken legs and a broken collarbone. So I know how bad and painful that is. I've never done an ACL injury, probably because I've got thunder thighs. You know, my thighs are like Mark Hughes's, I must add, right? But you know, it is a serious matter, and they are looking at how to improve this in terms of the sports science. I was reading an article where they said that there's special training to strengthen that part of the woman's body, because the knee, most women, they've got quite slim legs, even footballers, right? I see them, they've got good thighs, they've got really good strong thighs, but when it comes to the knee and downwards, they're quite small, they it tapers off. So that part needs to be built up around that knee area to strengthen it. Right, and I'm sure all the sports scientists and all the, you know, the research that's going into it, you know, that will help women in the long run to overcome all these ACL injuries, because we've got 3 players out through ACL injuries as well. You know, so, and they've missed out on a fantastic World Cup tournament because of it, and there's many other players in many other teams, you know, that have suffered ACL injuries as well. And my heart goes out to them, because I know, being injured myself, and you miss games, it's a long struggle to get that match fitness back. And you've got lonely and dark days training by yourself as well, and building yourself up to get strong to you know, face the rigoroles of a match day, you know, because there's nothing better than getting fit for matches, you know. And once you've got that fitness, the first 2 or 3 matches, you're finding your way again. You know, even in the men's game, you'll see it when players come back from injury. You'll see they're not quite with it for the first 2, 3, 4 games, you know, but then they slowly get their match fitness back, and then obviously their skill will shine through. Right, so I've come to the end of the show now. So I'm just really wishing England's team all the luck, and all the teams as well, but especially England and the Republic of Ireland. I really want them to do well, and I'm looking forward to a fabulous tournament. All tune in, remember, like and subscribe, get your Patreon memberships as well. Remember to smash that like button if you haven't already. And thank you very much for watching, and join us again on Thfc Till I Die at 4 o'clock, where we'll be breaking some more breaking news. Come on, you Spurs, and come on, England, and come on, Republic of Ireland. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.